I'd like to start with you, Megan, and ask if you had any advice that you could give a Penn State World Campus student who is passionate for this field of education and they're earning the same degree you just earned, what would that advice be?
I think, I mean, as an advisor, as a previous admissions counselor, I'm always going to be that cheerleader for any student to say, you know, you can do it. It's a lot of work, but it's so worth it in the end. You learn so much, you make so many connections. The papers are worth it. You can do it. So I'm always going to have that kind of enthusiasm, but just the amount of doors that open up for you by having this degree and by, you know, meeting with professors and classmates and even just virtually is amazing. And I think there's just no other, you know, words to describe how great of a decision it is to get your master's degree. And obviously Penn State is one of the best places, you know, great faculty. They're so nice and caring and they just want to see you succeed. So I think it's, you know, no better choice out there than the World Campus program.
Well, I agree. So thank you for sharing that. And I'm sure that that will be a motivation to many students looking as well. So Heather, please share with us what you would say to a student interested in organizational leadership and not really sure, should I try this degree and what is this like virtually and what is this like at Penn State? If you had one bit of advice to give to somebody interested in this, what would be that bit of advice?
One bit of advice. Oh my goodness. I may end up saying two bits of advice. One in reference to organizational leadership. I think, you know, for people who are adult learners and maybe who have been in the business field for a while, I would encourage them to just kind of embrace their opinions and their experiences and really take the opportunity of what they learned through World Campus and organizational leadership to reflect on those opinions and experiences, maybe challenge them a little bit, and question why you've believed what you've believed, question why you've done in leadership what you've done in leadership, and really just embrace the learning experience and then ultimately use that to move further into your career and really develop yourself as a professional. I think the other bit of advice in reference to online education, I always say you get out of online education what you put into it. So if you ultimately are coming to do the minimal amount of work, you're not going to get a lot of growth and development and personal enrichment from your education experience. But you know what? If you put forth a lot of effort, you engage and you interact, again, as I said previously, you can create some lasting friendships and some real professional contacts that can ultimately end up really helping you in the long run when you graduate. So those would be my two bits of experience for online education and organizational leadership.
Well, so true. And thank you so much, Heather. I'm sure that that is going to truly benefit so many people. And so, Jim, if you had one piece of advice that you could give people considering online education, especially in something that they're not sure, is this really for me? I've been out of school for quite some time, and in 60 seconds or less, if they were like, should I make this decision and do online education and attend Penn State, and it's been a while, do I want to do this? What would be your one bit of advice that you would give to them?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that way in terms of a general approach to online education. And the thing that I would say to people, whether you've been away for a long time or not a long time, is that getting your online degree takes a lot of discipline on the part of individuals. You have your time is your own. You don't have to report to classes. There's no professor that's taking attendance. So if you decide to pursue your degree, make the commitment and be unrelenting in reaching your goal. I think that's something that Heather mentioned, that you get out of it what you put into it. And I know the caveat is that people have different circumstances. They have different family lives. They have different financial issues, and they can't necessarily do 3 sessions or continuous learning for 3 years in a row. But whatever it is, make the commitment, stay focused on it, and complete what you start. And I think you'll get great value out of it, and you'll feel it's a great accomplishment. But it does take a lot of discipline. It does take a lot of organization.
Well, thank you for that. And I think that is going to really inspire and motivate people. And even it's part of what Megan said earlier, that all of those skills she was able to then apply professionally. So you take that skill set with you. So thank you. And I want to thank all of our panelists. You guys have just been so insightful and shared so much helpful information. And I am sure our audience is going to really experience a great deal of growth from it. I know I have. And so I thank you so much for your time and just imparting your wisdom to me. So thank you. And I look forward to possibly having this opportunity to speak with you again sometime. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
We are.
Penn State.